Hi everyone, this is Heba from My Little Journal, and today I'm going to be working in my project life. This is week 16, 2019, and I'm going to go ahead and start adding my photos. I'm also using a bunch of Studio Calico cards. I've said this a few times before, and if you've been watching me, you know this. I only use my kit a couple of times, and then everything goes with everything else. I just start adding my cards together. So I kind of mix and match all the kits, and I'm okay with that. And I just find it easier that way. Anyways, I'm just going through the cards, trying to see what I want to use on my spread. I have this really small photo. I was documenting what I was watching for the month in my traveler's notebook, and I had this extra one, so I'm going to use it in my project life. It's just a little photo of Game of Thrones. I'm just trying to find the right card. But anyways, I'm going to start with my title card or week card. I'm going to use my Kelly Perky Ruby Alpha stamps to stamp week 16 under Hello April. I really wanted to use this card. It's just so gorgeous with all the flowers. And I think this card, the beauty about this card is you can use any color on that card in your spread and everything will go perfectly together and it just flows nicely. So I wanted to use it. I'm using some small alphas to add my week to it and call that card done. Now this next photo is of my son. He's being all adult-like and he opened an account for himself while I was there, obviously. And I thought I wanted to kind of mention that. So what I decided to do, I have this card that says, "Today I am," and I'm using the same alpha stamps to add an adult. So today I'm an adult. And I love that. I'm going to trim it down. I'm going to add it to my photo as an embellishment. I always recommend this. If you don't have space for a certain card, you don't know how to use that card, use it as an embellishment. Trim it down, add it to your spread, add it to your photos. It's still a great way to use your card and not, waste them. So I love how that turned out, and I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go ahead and move on to that little photo of Game of Thrones, and I'm going to end up using my Studio Calico TV Time stamp set. I believe the stamp set is still available. I will link it in the description box. I'm just going to stamp out the TV icon, and I will use some blue ink because I really wanted it to pop. And I'm just going to back up my photo with my stamped image. I do decide to change the card. I don't know, I just didn't like the gray on that card. So I end up changing my mind and switching around the cards, but it still looks really beautiful. I end up stamping currently watching, and then I'm going to take my card to my typewriter and just journal about my feelings about Game of Thrones this season. I'm just going to go ahead and grab the stamp set again to stamp out currently watching. Oh, and this is where I decide I'm changing the card. I like this one better. Just had little pink polka dots on there. So I'm going to end up stamping currently watching. I'll take my card to my typewriter and just add my journaling and call this little card done. Now, on the day Game of Thrones, the first episode of Game of Thrones, my son practiced the theme song and he was playing it for me. I think I did share it on Instagram. So I wanted to add that little tidbit in my project life. So I'm just going to stamp out GOT, also using the same Ruby Alpha stamps. And I'm going to add a little puffy heart to that and call that one done as well. Just little things like that. I want to remember that he did that for me. And I believe I did add that in my journaling as well. So next up, I'm going to be documenting this photo of my friend and I. I'm going to talk a little bit about the story behind this photo, but this is our mad faces or angry faces. I'm going to start by trimming around for the record from a card, and I'm going to use it as an embellishment. I'm not getting rid of the rest of the card because it's adorable. I just trim off where I cut that banner from, and I will use it on something else. But I will use the next card to add my journaling. At first I thought I would add a little stamp in that little box, but I end up actually trimming another card. It had Think Positive, and it was in pink, and it just matched really well with my spread, so I'm going for it. I'm going to trim it down and add that instead of stamping. Now, the story behind this little photo, my best friend and I, our friends are really close. So her daughter and my son are pretty close friends, and they were kind of fighting, and that made us angry. So we were out having coffee, decided to take a photo of our angry faces, text it to our kids, and let them know how we feel about them, fighting. So I just thought it was a cute photo. Our kids' response was like, they're gonna make things better. So, and they're talking again. So I just thought it was a cute story. I journaled about it, and I'm just stamping, this is my happy face, and end of story. Really love that. So because this is a 4x6 pocket, those two 3x4s are going to end up going in that little pocket. I'm just going to grab those same alpha stamps, and I'm going to stamp out Korean barbecue on this photo, just kind of like a half a circle around our barbecue. My husband and kids and I, we went out for Korean barbecue. It was really, really yummy. So I'm just using the same alpha stamps that I used on my spread to add that to my photo. I will also be grabbing my puffy hearts and adding a few hearts to that 3x4 card that says life is made up of little moments. And I'm just going to add a few here and there. And then I thought I was done, but really I still felt like I needed to add something to that 3x4 photo of my best friend and I. We were shopping at Target, and we were walking around with our bunny ears. It was around Easter time, and we just thought it was funny, but nobody really laughed with us. So I decided to stamp "You're Exactly My Kind of Crazy." I'm going to actually stamp it in a label. I actually cut down that stamp, by the way. It was one long, sentence, but I cut it in half so it can fit underneath each other and fit in my label. But that's about it, you guys. I call my layout done. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. And if you did, please give me a thumbs up. And if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing. And I hope to see you guys very soon. Bye.